Okay, I think it's not that far around this bend. You think you could stand on that rail? Or you just fall into the water.
Okay, go ahead and hit it. Okay, perfect. Linda, can you just hold that? My name is Bob Carey. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm married to her. Her name's Linda. Still. Is that good? I'm a commercial photographer, and I've been doing this for 32 years. I've photographed product, I've photographed for annual reports, corporations, but 13 years ago, I started photographing myself in a tutu. I know what it's like with people with cancer. I've witnessed a lot of it. My mom, my dad died lung cancer, and I just, thought of the worst case scenario. Linda was diagnosed with breast cancer. It made me, I kind of went under after that, and I was being like negative and doom and gloom. So I kind of reversed that, and I reversed those thoughts, and I made it unstoppable fun.
It's all about the person who has cancer because they're suffering and whatever else they have to go through. And I thought it was very important for Bob to get out. He solves problems in a very creative way. Why wouldn't it be a tutu?
It didn't seem like you could create during survival, but that's what I was actually doing at the time, was creating to survive, so she could survive.
When I look at those images, it's my emotions. It is that vulnerability. It mirrors what I'm going through.
She would show the pictures to the people at the cancer center, and it made them happy. It helped time pass.
I think that really was important for us to be able to step outside of ourselves and have something else to focus on by helping people. And so this sort of little idea was born.
Linda wrote a mission statement. We put images together, and we sent it out one day, offering a 20 by 24 inch print and a book for $500. This thing started just taking off.
One man's quest to make his wife laugh has turned into a mission to help
unlikely symbol of hope for cancer patients. And there was one person who's getting the most kicks out of it. His wife.
In all of this project, I would hope that I would inspire someone that has cancer that you can live full out. You have a choice. You have a choice to deal with it with laughter, which is what this tutu does, and it definitely opens everything up. Oh my God. Yeah, I would say since you no longer have a pink tutu.
It has become an important thing for us, but not only for us, but for other people.
There's nothing hiding in these images, and there's nothing that he keeps inside. It's all in front of that camera.
Okay, I got a comic book, me one book. I went with Mom, album book, and then Bit Bell book. Yeah, baby. Come on!
The two biggest issues with Down syndrome are heart disease and leukemia. You hear about people having cancer, and you always know someone who's been touched by it, but you never expect your child to get cancer. And then that day came, the blood test came back, and I immediately knew. You go through your emotions, you go through your tears, and then you look at each other and you say, you know what? We got to be strong.
Bye.
Bye. Bye to Lisa. And then from there, it was just an uphill climb. Went through some really tough times here at Easter time. When you're going through it, you say, okay, we're one of the lucky families that made it through, fought our battle.
Abby in a hot balloon.
Not anymore, right?
Abby in heaven.
That's why we keep helping, right?
Yeah.
And then came that lovely day in May when you took that last chemo treatment and Daddy took that picture.
I can't remember but couple the bit bumpy.
How did you become the fist bump kid? November 4th. I don't remember the year now. I'm going to go back to that.
2014.
Yeah, actually, you are right. November 4th, 2014. We went down by the bench. He wanted to be right on the end because he knows if you're right there, they get you on the way back.
One big die Campbell hit my hand.
I started getting tweets and Facebook posts from around the world. We need to know who this kid is.
Me.
You immediately went like, what are we going to do with his life that makes that life that we were given and blessed to continue to have meaningful? We do things with Down syndrome, we do things with leukemia, we do things...
Tell me
all of them. I don't even know if I can remember all of them.
Please join us in congratulating Liam, who now has his very own Upper Deck hockey card.
Hockey card. Man of the Year, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Raising over $152,000 in 10 weeks.
It might roll me. You like it?
We did an awful lot of campaigning. Lots of nights in bars.
Yeah.
You like that part? Disability, illness, not going to stop him.
Bergeron, Carey, and Fitzy break 3-on-2. Over the blue line, Carey over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald shot, scores! And just like that, the fist bump kid has another easy hat trick in the first period.
The world sees you and says, if he can do it, then we need to help do it too.
That, my friends, is the fist bump kid.
Bump it out, baby.
And cut.
We live in, my complete biased opinion, the most beautiful valley in the world. We love to go salmon fishing in the summer. We love to hike.
Almost there. You see the mountain?
As an oncology nurse, one of the things I learned is that I can't do everything, but I can do something. So when my friend's daughter was diagnosed with cancer, I decided to make her a Rapunzel yarn wig. She was able to see her daughter just be a little girl again who was twirling around in her dress with her Rapunzel braid and having fun. This little girl who had previously been lost in this painful, scary world of cancer. So I gathered a few friends together and decided to make a few dozen wigs.
So this is my first post on September 15th asking for donations and provided a few pictures of sample wigs we'd be making. Within a few days, it had been shared just on my page 217 times.
About a month later, Babbel.com shared our story on the internet, and right away I knew that this wasn't going to be a one-time project of making a few dozen wigs, that this would be much bigger than that.
And then I need to get some of the thin black yarn to thread them through.
I converted my one-car garage into our magic yarn workshop, and I've had to scale back some hours as a nurse and pull my 3 young children in here, and they help me cut yarn and wind yarn.
Good job, Kennedy.
Can I put this on this?
It has been so rewarding to see my children learn to reach beyond themselves. And as hard as that is for them to get some of these pictures and see these pictures of these girls who were so ill, it gives them a great sense of compassion. And that has been probably one of the biggest rewards for me as a mother. We realize that we have thousands of wigs to make for little girls all around the world, and we can't possibly do it on our own or sustain the pace that we are going at on our own. It's all volunteer hours. We hold these community workshops at schools, churches, hospitals. We just recently held our first out-of-state workshop in Seattle. We had teenagers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers. We had a member of the Seattle Seahawks come out and make an Elsa wig for a little girl. We were first contacted by the prison saying that they wanted to get involved because they have women in the prison who crochet, and they'd like to help crochet the beanies. And after crocheting several hundred beanies, they asked if they could also learn how to make the wigs. So they have been starting to make wigs as well.
Right now, we really need the blue snowflakes, crocheted snowflakes. So if there's any beanie color to focus on, it would be the pink, the blue, the purple, or just the snowflakes.
There have been times a little voice inside myself says, these are just wigs. This isn't really that big of a deal or that important. But then we get emails and they tell us how much it meant to them to see their daughter smile again and to see their little girl again who had had her childhood robbed from her because her life is nothing but illness and needles and pain and hospitals. So for these little girls and for their parents and for their families, they feel like this gives them a little bit of a normal life again, a glimpse of what it was like and hope of what it might be like when they get better.
Just for you and your sparkly dreams, made by Jenny Evers, all the way from Alaska.
Soft.
It's so soft. It's gorgeous.
This project is huge and it's really daunting, but I feel like I can handle it, and the community around us, we help each other out. We overcome huge obstacles. We are really tough. We know how to survive and how to work hard, because that's how we do things in Alaska.